Hi, and welcome to my February 2025 North Castle video update. Today I'm here with Town Supervisor Joe Rende. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Matt.
Yep, of course. My first time actually doing a joint town video, and we had some exciting stuff to talk to you about today. So, Joe, do you want to tell everybody about the town hall project concept and what it is we're looking to work for?
Yeah, great. Thank you. When I first took office, I recognized rather quickly that our current town hall's in rather poor condition. And it came pretty obvious to me that we really needed to start looking at some alternatives. And the building that stuck out, immediately in my mind was 333 Main Street, which was currently occupied by a major law firm. And when I found out that there's possibility that that building would be available to us, I immediately thought about how great it would be to get all of the town operations and staff under one roof and also be able to re-outfit, hopefully, a new police station, which we're in dire need for, as well as a new location for our town board.
So that's a great point. How do you think about our current space and how much we're using it, and how is our ability to expand, if any?
So one of the things that we did on the onset of our early discussions was we engaged a very experienced architectural firm to take a look at how much space we're occupying currently, not only in the existing town office, but as well as the annex building that we refer to, which is the Birdsell Farmhouse, and also the clerical staff that we have in temporary trailers for a very long time over, at our sewage treatment plant, which is the water and sewer department staff. So he's done that analysis, and the new building would be able to accommodate all of that, as well as take into consideration the expansion that we would need for the court as well as the police. So the new building would be able to accommodate all of our staff on one roof. And that's really a tremendous benefit to the town.
Yeah, and look, I've seen it myself with, for example, the water and sewer department has been working out of a trailer effectively for decades.
Yeah, that,
And with our building department, I know that we've talked about adding building inspectors to try to decrease wait times, and there's no place to put them in the building physically.
yeah.
So I think a lot of the questions that might be on people's mind also is how much is this going to cost, and how will the town pay for it?
So that's a question that we're still working towards. We are evaluating what we need, the deficiencies that we're recognizing as we go forward. And so far, what we've done is we've had a professional appraisal done of 333 Main Street. That appraisal number has come in at $7 million, which we view as extremely, works to the town's benefit. And our architectural firm that we've hired is going to continue to do the background work to find out what the renovation cost would be to outfit the building to suit our needs. And at that point, then we'll have a better idea in terms of our ability to float a bond to be able to pay for this.
Great. And if we move forward as a town and do this, what's going to happen with our existing town hall property?
Well, one of the things that we'll have many options. One would be certainly the opportunity to possibly repurpose the existing building for some other use. As a parallel, what I've been looking at too is finding hopefully alternative space to relocate our town garage, our highway department, because that's another area that's been focused on. But unfortunately, there's been no movement. Where I think we've all realized that for many years, we have a facility there for the highway department where we have no garage to properly repair our trucks or care for our equipment. And most of this very expensive equipment is stored outdoors, and it's subject to, the elements. So we're looking at very closely, and I think we are close to finding an alternative location where we can hopefully build a facility that'll house all of our outdoor equipment. And then maybe in the long term, again, with the public input, come up with solutions and maybe ideas about how we can redevelop that whole, downtown corridor.
Got it. So town hall could be at 333 Main Street. The highway garage could be in another location. And you could have that existing 10-acre parcel that could be potentially a redevelopment opportunity subject to public feedback, et cetera.
That's correct. Yeah. And again, there's, what I've always said that whole area would play so well as, some type of a gateway to the town, which could incorporate, a town square and something that's really brings us well into the future and something that all of our residents could be very proud of.
Yeah, that sounds very exciting. Really change the dynamic of the town for positive. One other question I think people might want to ask is there an alternative path where instead of purchasing 333 Main Street, could we just expand the current town hall? Is that feasible? Would it be cost effective? What are your thoughts there?
So there was a study done in 2007 on the existing town hall, and they talked about, again, its deficiencies in terms of the operation, and they took into account also the annex building, which is, again, like I said, the Birdsville farmhouse. The overall condition of the building, I think a lot largely due to the fact that it's been not maintained as well as it should have been over the years, and then not at any, pointing a finger at any particular administration, but also the overall condition of the type of building that it is. It doesn't really play well for an addition based on so far what our experts have told us. And for most part, when you look at overall construction costs today and what it would cost the municipality to enter into a major construction project like that, I think it would be cost prohibitive. And so far, the information that we've gotten back would lead us in that direction. The beauty part about 333 Main Street as a building is it already looks like a town hall. It's a very majestic looking building, which most people I think would agree. And it's already constructed. It's a very well built building, and it can house all of our operations. So we would save that, out of the ground construction cost.
Great, that makes a lot of sense. One other question that I think could be going through people's minds is if we go down this path, moving to 333 Main Street, moving the highway garage, and redeveloping the existing town hall parcel into a gateway project to town square, is that something that could offset the cost of buying 333 and building a highway garage?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, the potential revenue through new development and taxes that would be coming into the town would help in paying down the overall, debt service that the new bonds would present.
Plus, I guess selling or leasing the land because the town owns it.
That's correct. Yes.
Is anybody currently using 333?
It's limited. It's a single occupant building, and the law firm that currently there, it has a minimum staff, and their lease is just about coming up, so the building is available.
Right. So it's not actually disturbing anybody in town by moving this way, and we're really getting a chance to take advantage of a downturn in the office market to do this in a very economic way.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, when I first presented even the thought to one of the principal owners of the property, and I said this would be an ideal location for a town hall, that's how all of this started. And since then, we've been speaking, and they have encouraged us now to investigate on our side whether the town would be willing to buy it.
That's great. So can you talk a little bit about the process of how this would get approved? What's required of the public, key dates and that sort of thing?
Sure. So currently at our last town board meeting, our January meeting, we passed a resolution to set a public hearing for February 12th. We anticipate that, and we're hoping that there will be a good turnout of public participation, as well as all of our consultants will be there to put forth all of the information that we're in the process of gathering. And I would imagine that that public hearing is going to probably stay open for at least more than one meeting. And then if the decision is made by the majority of the board members to continue to move forward with the process, if everything looks good, then the next step would be to have a public referendum.
Okay, great, Joe. That sounds really exciting. So just to recap, the public hearing is February 12th, 7 p.m. at Whippoorwill Hall at the North Castle Public Library.
Yes, that's correct. And I'm sure that the public hearing will continue to our next meeting, which will be February 26th.
That's great. So if people have questions, comments, concerns, you can email the town at supervisor@northcastleny.com, or you can come to the public hearing and have a discussion with us to learn more.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Thanks, Joe.
Hopefully everyone enjoys this.
Great. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.